Hello everyone. Today we will continue part 3 of chapter 4, Air. Contents of this part are air pressure and winds, permanent atmospheric belts and permanent winds of the world, moisture and types of rainfall. Air has weight, so it exerts pressure. It exerts pressure differently. Air pressure is defined as the pressure exerted by the weight of air on the Earth's surface. It is of two types because of variation in the nature of temperature over one area. It is of two types. The area where temperature is high, the air gets heated and rises and create low pressure area, or this low pressure is associated with cloudy sky and wet weather, while the areas having lower temperature, means in cold areas, air is heavy and heavy air sinks and create high pressure. High pressure area is associated with clear and sunny skies. Air always moves from high pressure area to low pressure areas. In this diagram, we will see some of the permanent pressure belts of the earth and try to understand what is the reason of having this type of pressure area in this region. First, near equator. As you have read earlier, it remains hot throughout the year. So on heating, air expands and rises up. Rises up means exert less pressure. So this belt means to the both sides of equator between 5 degree north to 5 degree south, it exert low pressure, and belt is called equatorial low pressure belt or doldrum. Next, near 30 degree in both hemisphere, the area is of high pressure. What is the reason we will see later on. Between 60 to 65 degree in both hemisphere, the area is of low pressure belt, and near poles, the area is of high pressure. What is the reason here? Because poles remains cold throughout the year. So air above poles is very heavy, so it sinks and exert high pressure. Wind from polar areas move towards equator. From here it moves both sides. But what happened? Let you see. From equatorial low pressure belt, when air rises in upper troposphere, so it start moving horizontally. In upper troposphere, it move towards pole. But reaching near 30 degree latitude in both hemisphere, it get very cold. As you have read, temperature decreases with increase in height. So air sinks, air move downward near 30 degree latitude in both hemisphere and create high pressure, and the area is known as subtropical high pressure belt. In northern hemisphere it is called northern subtropical high pressure belt, and in southern hemisphere it is called southern subtropical high pressure belt or horse latitude. Near 60 to 65 in both the hemisphere. Now first, earlier I told you from polar areas wind move towards equator, but there is an obstacle from subtropical region also there is high pressure belt from where wind move towards equator as well as towards pole. Wind which move towards equator, it is northeast trade winds, and in southern hemisphere it is southeast trade winds. But the another wind from subtropical region move towards polar areas and reaching near 60° north. Both wind from poles and wind from subtropical region get mingled, and these winds get heated and rises up, creating low pressure. So here it is subpolar low pressure belt in northern hemisphere, northern subpolar low pressure belt between 60 to 65° north latitude, and in southern hemisphere there is southern subpolar low pressure belt between 60 to 65° south latitude. In this way, these are the permanent pressure belts found on the Earth's surface. As we saw, due to differential on the nature of heating of air due to variation in nature of temperature, air exert pressure differently in different areas, and due to variation in the nature of air pressure, the horizontal movement of air is found, which is called wind. So the movement of air from high pressure area to low pressure area is called wind. It is horizontal movement parallel to the earth's surface. Winds can be broadly divided into three types. Permanent winds, the winds which blow permanently in same direction throughout the year. Between permanent pressure belts there are permanent winds. Now between equatorial low pressure belt and subtropical high pressure belt there is easterlies trade winds. In northern hemisphere northeast trade winds, and southern hemisphere southeast trade winds. So they are permanent winds. Now between subtropical high pressure belt to subpolar low pressure belt there is westerlies, prevailing westerlies. In northern hemisphere northern prevailing westerlies, in southern hemisphere southern prevailing westerlies. While between polar high pressure belt to subpolar low pressure belt again there is easterlies or polar easterlies. In northern hemisphere northern polar easterlies, in southern hemisphere southern polar easterlies. So these are permanent winds. While there are some winds which blow according to seasons, means with change in seasons their direction get changed. Or very good example is monsoon winds of India. Monsoon wind is an example of seasonal winds. During summer season it blows from water to land, that is why we experience rainfall. While in winter these winds blow from land to water. So that is why during winter we don't receive too much rain as we receive during summer. Besides seasonal winds, there are also local winds. Local winds means which blow in a particular area only particular period of the day or time or year in any small area. So this is called local winds. For example, land breeze and sea breeze which is experienced in coastal areas, while one very hot winds blow in northern India. In northern plains of India a very hot winds blow which is called what? Loo. Loo is example of local winds. So there are three types of winds: local winds, seasonal winds and permanent winds. See, this diagram is clearly showing the permanent winds of the earth. In polar areas, these polar easter lies between subpolar low pressure belt and subtropical high pressure belt. It is westerlies move from west. By which direction wind move, it is known by that name. See, easterlies winds come from east, westerlies come from west. Again towards equator, easterlies northeast trade wind, easterlies southeast trade winds, it comes from southeast, it comes from northeast, while in between subtropical high pressure belt to subpolar low pressure belt, again there is westerlies south west, and another is from northwest to southeast, and from pole again easterlies. So these are the permanent winds of the world. When water evaporates from the land and different water bodies, it becomes water vapor, and moisture present in the air at any time is called its humidity. When the air is full of water vapor, we call it a humid day, or as the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold the water vapor increases, and so it becomes more and more humid. Means how much temperature increases, its water carrying capacity increases, or it carry more and more water vapor in it, or we say it is very humid climate. So on a humid day, clothes seal, we face problems. Generally our clothes take longer period of time in getting dry up. Why? Because on a humid day we sweat a lot. Sweat from our body, you have experienced, does not evaporate easily because air already contain a lot of humidity in it, or this condition make us very uncomfortable. We feel very hot, especially during this season, October, November, because after rainy season, air in our area contain a lot of humidity in it, or that is why wet clothes take longer period of time in drying up. So when water vapor rises, it start cooling. The vapor condense, causing formation of droplets of water. Clouds are just masses of such water droplets. Or when these droplets of water become too heavy, means air can't hold it for longer period of time, it can't float in air, then they come down, or this process of falling of water from air to the land is called precipitation. This process is called precipitation. Jet planes flying in the sky leave a white trail behind them. The moisture from their engines condenses. We see trails of this condensed moisture for some times when there is no air movement to disturb it. Precipitation is of different types. When precipitation occur on the earth in liquid form, it is called rain. Most of the groundwater comes from rainwater. When it rains, the part of water sits deep inside the earth and get accumulated. Plants help preserve water, and the root of plants also help in seepage of water. When trees on hillsides are cut, rainwater flows down the bare mountains and can cause flooding of low-lying areas. On the basis of mechanism, there are three types of rainfall, or which are the three types? The convectional rainfall, the orographic rainfall, and the cyclonic rainfall. We will see in diagram. First, convectional rainfall. When temperature is high, air get heated, water of that area also get heated, evaporate very quickly and rises very fast, reaching to upper troposphere, get cooled also, get condensed, clouds form and precipitation occur. If this type of cycle of rainfall occur, means evaporation take place, cloud forms, and at the same place precipitation occur, it is called convectional rainfall. Then orographic rainfall. Sometime moisture laden winds from water bodies come to land, or due to no obstacle it move horizontally. But when any obstacle, means mountains, come on its way, so it rises up. On rising up, get cooled, condensation take place, clouds form and rainfall occur to the windward side of mountain. This type of rainfall is called relief rainfall or orographic rainfall. While after shedding all moisture to windward side, wind become dry and cross the mountain and move downward. On moving down, it get heated, so it doesn't cause rain to another side of mountain, and this side of mountain is called leeward side of mountain. While another type of rainfall is called cyclonic rainfall, when a low pressure area is surrounded by high pressure, means low pressure is at the center and high pressure all around. In that condition, wind from all direction come towards the center with thunder and lightning. Heavy rainfall occur, that is called cyclonic rainfall. Besides these three types, other type of rainfall also precipitation occur, which are called snowfall, sleet and hail. Rainfall is very important for survival of plants and animals. It brings fresh water to the earth's surface. If rainfall is less, water scarcity and drought occurs. On the other hand, if it is more, flood take place. That's all for today. Thank you.